Welcome, everybody, to the fourth episode of the AAA Trainwreck with your hosts. We have Ash, we have Alimi, and we have your main host for the week, me, AJ, the 40-year-old in this podcast, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway, boys, how you been doing this week? Any shit you'd like to bring up? Any stuff that you regret doing? How's the 401?
I sleep, literally.
400. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Okay. Alright, I see. Well, to kick things off, I'd like to start with something a little heavy, if that's okay with you guys.
Oh, I can't lift it up.
You need to get you probably need to get those gains going, bro. SPM's over, remember?
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway,
I don't have
remember,
anything.
well, I can only say ouch to that, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so a couple weeks ago, I don't know if y'all heard of this, but have y'all, I'm just gonna ask anyway. You guys know what happened with Facebook recently?
No, enlighten us, please.
Alright, so you know how Facebook has had a lot going on in the past, right, with Mark Zuckerberg and that one penalty they had in 2019 or 2020, I think, where they had to pay around $5 billion as a penalty for not safeguarding the user-based data enough?
Yeah.
Well, guess
all those
what?
cases.
Around 2 weeks ago, about 20 to 25% of the user base in Facebook had their database, not their database, their personal data leaked in a hacker forum. A well-known hacker forum at that. And
A common thing to happen now.
Yeah, to put it into numbers, it was approximately, well, not approximately, but more like 533 million Facebook users' personal data got leaked onto that forum and was put up for sale.
That's a lot of damage.
No shit.
Yeah, come here. I got the data of this dude, that dude, and this dude. How much do you want for all three? It's a bundle. I'm willing to do negotiations.
Now, the entire
trade deals.
Yeah, no, pretty much, like, you know, on hacker forums, like, that's where the scam groups come from, the people that send you the scam emails, the scam phone calls, and all that stuff. These hacker forums are mostly where they come from. And the thing is, like, this has been going on actually since June of 2020, last year, but it's only surfaced now because this one guy from Israel in his hacker, not his hacker firm, his cybersecurity firm decided to expose all of this, you know, this revelation, which is to me, it's like the Bible level, man. It's crazy. They have like detailed infos with names, mobile numbers, few emails, genders, and the most worrying thing to me is they also got their occupations leaked, if you can believe that.
That's bad.
Exactly. It's really bad. And the thing is, like, the way they released that data onto the forum is that you could like, if you were a hacker on that forum and you wanted to get your hands on the data, you could like buy it according to country, because they have like a ton of countries. Like, I'm just gonna read some of the stuff here. In Argentina, 2.3 million people got their data leaked. In Albania, 500,000 people got their info leaked. Africa, 14 million, and the US, if I'm reading this correctly, it's actually at 20 million. So all that adds up to 533 million Facebook users having their data just put on for sale on a hacker forum. It's crazy.
That's a lot. My God.
And it's actually pretty shitty, because you know how Facebook has been going on for a really long time, like how they're gonna protect your data with even two-factor authentication, I think it's called. But like, shit. You have to give your phone number for that two-factor authentication, and look where it ended up.
And fingerprints sometimes.
Yeah, fingerprints too. And look where it ended up, on a hacker forum for sale.
So any kid who lost their dad, yeah, you can find it in the hacker forum. It's easy. You know, maybe your dad was buying.
You can find a profile.
Yeah.
You find a profile. Not sure about location.
Yeah, they're hackers. You probably can find it.
Yeah, probably.
I would expect like a lot of people to soon just get these calls from like scammers and shit, and they like ring up the guy like saying, oh hey, we just found out that you are an engineer from Colorado, and the FBI has recently put you on their watch list, and they're gonna ask for like a ransom or some shit. Like this shit can actually be very, very, life threatening up to a point.
Yeah, I've had that happen to my mom one time. Yeah,
Oh, really?
we were like going back home, and then she received this call, and the call was, was questionable. From the start, they told her like they were from the police department or something, or some governmental agency, and they told about she did this. I don't know if she did a felony. They told something about she did something wrong and she needs to go to the police station, or she had to give her information.
Is either one
yeah.
of those?
And she was like a bit weird because she doesn't remember, doing those things, and she was really questioning because they were having those Indian accents.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, but
It's
like
always the Indians.
yeah, I was
It can either be reassuring or it can either be
Yeah.
threatening.
I was getting pretty scared because I hope she doesn't say something,
That she's not supposed to say.
Yeah, and well, fortunately she just decided she said like
she didn't want to pay them any mind.
yeah, and
Okay.
she had something in her belt. Not what do you say that
Upper sleeve, you mean?
Yeah, upper
Oh
sleeve.
my god, in her
belt.
belt.
I'm sorry, English, don't worry.
Oh my god.
But she said that she had a friend who's a cop, and they got pretty worried, and they just left her call. They hang up.
Oh my god.
They chickened out at the last minute, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's true though. She has a friend who's a cop. It's pretty nice. Never met him, but like honestly, that experience was like, what if that happened to me? No, what if I didn't know?
Yeah, it screws with your
Yeah.
livelihood.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like after the call, and then you find out, oh my. Yeah.
The thing is about these security breaches that happen on these big tech company websites, is that I feel like the companies, especially Facebook and it's probably the second biggest tech company in existence right now, right? Maybe like second to YouTube or something, but
Yeah.
notice how you guys didn't know this happened at all. I mean, granted, like you don't really use Facebook anymore, but even still, you do have Facebook profiles. So I feel like Facebook should be notifying us if something like this happens. But no, they just kept us in the dark, and we had to rely on this Israeli guy with a cybersecurity firm to like expose what's happening to us. Like, come on, what the hell?
Yeah.
Is Facebook getting any charges from it?
Well, not at the moment. No, I maybe I just didn't do enough reading about it, but I don't feel like any action has been taken yet. But back in 2019 or 2020, I believe, like regarding the two-factor authentication, they integrated into their system. They did get a penalty for that because they were like blatantly they were being pretty much a douche about it by asking people for their phone numbers and stuff. Like, it is good security, but like like they sometimes Facebook would sometimes just shower you with these like two-factor authentication notifications and stuff. Like, they pretty much try to be a douche and force you to do it at that point to try to get your phone number. And they got hit pretty big by that. The penalty was about $5 billion, and I feel like that is quite a huge goddamn penalty to be hit by.
True.
5 billion with a B.
Yep, billion. It was a really massive dent that got put on Facebook right there. And the funny thing is, like, you can actually go to websites to check this out. Like, have I been cucked? Wait, no. Have I been zucked? Have I been sucked?
Have I been zucked?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Have I been zucked?
whoa! That's something that you shouldn't say on this podcast.
Yeah. We'll post the link in the description.
You can check have I been zucked, and don't worry, it's totally safe. You can repost on Reddit and stuff. Like, they actually explain how they get your data, and they don't go anywhere. They just go through the database, and they check if there has been any breaches and any of your emails, phone numbers have been taken and all that, and then they just inform you when it was done and what was taken. There's also like websites like Have I Been Pooned, you know, like owned but replace the O with P, pooned. Have I Been Pooned.com. I personally have put my phone number and email there, and my phone number definitely has been like Facebook has definitely been taking my phone number for some shit.
Yeah, recently I've got these weird WhatsApp messages from people saying, "Oh, I can give you some money, you know, if you want." And I left them on red.
That happens.
Yeah, exactly. The like SMS you get that you get from like these Chinese gambling games and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like subscribe now
Win
and
I
stuff.
haven't got any SMS.
Win this jackpot. Just type in.
Yeah, I haven't got that.
What?
Well, lucky for you. That means that means you have not been zucked.
Yet.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook got hit pretty hard. 533 million users getting their data leaked. Like, goddamn, think about it. That's like out of 7 billion people on the planet. That's like 500 million people right there getting their data leaked, so they can be sold to third parties and stuff. It's pretty insane.
Terrible.
Yeah, but not to say it doesn't surprise me, but you can kind of expect this because, you know, all the cases they had years ago when they themselves breached other people's data. And that's why they went to the court.
Yeah.
Because
that was quite a big
Yeah.
one, actually. That was
It's when people start calling Mark Zuckerberg a lizard.
I mean, he probably is.
He is. Look at him. He only blinks when you blink, bro.
No, I mean, the thing is, like, I know Facebook isn't run by dumbasses, right? They know enough to know when they've been breached and when their user base has their data stolen, or maybe Facebook themselves are selling the data to third parties and stuff. But come on, if you say you're gonna give us protection on our data, at least just execute it properly instead of letting all these breaches happen and not even notifying us of it.
Facebook.
Like, what the hell?
I'm gonna pretend I'm not.
Is the audacity of not telling us? That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. That's what they are.
I really don't believe it's like an employee going rogue or anything. No, I think they know this shit is happening. They definitely do know.
Like, give us the money.
They're not telling us for some reason.
Yeah.
It's not that the security.
Probably their way of trying to keep people on their side. But at least be honest about it.
But like,
I mean, all they care is money.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, their security is not weak. It's actually pretty solid. But look what they're doing for money. I mean, it's not my place to say this because, like, I'm not an employee there. I mean, I would definitely do some espionage if I could, but hell, that ain't happening anytime soon. But still, if you promise us data protection, then give us data protection. Because, I mean, it makes sense, you know, because Facebook is a free app that can be installed by anyone, right? And when the app is free, we are the product. Not Facebook. We are the product. So our data, our information, our data is the product that Facebook has gotten a hold of right now. So it's like understandable, but like if you say one thing and do another, that's just wrong.
Yep.
You can't expect like everyone to understand that since this app is free, our data is gonna be like, you know, owned by Facebook now. Like, you can't expect everyone to understand. Like, hell, some people are gonna get scam calls next week and probably end up having to pay $1,000 ransom.
Ouch. Whoa.
Exactly.
Don't do that, people. Don't believe everything.
Not fun.
These threat actors, man, they go to hacker forums, get people's data and use it to the extent so that they can extort money out of them. It's insane. Funny story, actually. I've actually gotten an email about last month, around the I believe it was the 16th of March. I remember the date.
On that.
Yeah, I remember the date because like it was a very surprising email for me because I think this was like 3 weeks ago. I was just going through my emails, you know, just doing my casual weekly check. And then I see this one email that really stood out because like it was none like the other subscriptions that I would gave my email to, but there was just one random email that I saw. So I clicked on it, and it just said it was so random. Like the way the email started was like, I know what you've been doing. You go to these adult sites to have fun, but you forgot that your personal data has been up for grabs for hackers everywhere.
Why?
At that point, I'm just like, what the hell is this dude talking about? And then he says like, you wanted to have some fun, but now you have to pay the consequences. Now I have a hold of your data, and you know what? Do you want to see what happens when I release your? And then he put in like quotations video to everyone, to 16 of your friends to see. And I'm like,
video.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you think I take my phone to the bathroom when I shower or some shit?
Ajab practicing his OnlyFans rituals, bro.
Yeah.
No, and I mean like, the thing is like, it wasn't only that he was threatening me, but guess what he wanted out of me?
What?
Bitcoin. He wanted, and he stated specifically, he wanted 3,400 ringgit worth of Bitcoin, Malaysian ringgit, because since we're in Malaysia and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised he got the price right.
He probably used like an online conversion calculator or something.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, at first I got scared because first impressions, of course you're gonna get scared, like, holy shit, this dude got a hold of my data. Who doesn't get scared of that, right? But then I see like, what the fuck are you talking about? What video of me are you gonna release, bro? I mean, like, I have gaming videos online. What videos of me that you have that are gonna be embarrassing if I send to my friends? I barely even take any selfies. God's sake, I use my
You
phone
asked an
to communicate
antisocial.
and for memes.
You as an introvert.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
asked an introvert for money and to blackmail them. Like, come on. You're not gonna get anything out of me, man.
Dude, I'll be honest. If someone like threatens me that way, I just say, I bet, do it. Just do it, man. Do it.
I dare you. I double dare you.
Yeah, exactly. Because what is it? What data do I have? Is that valuable to you?
Yeah, like
All
What
I
do you
do
want?
is just Google around and like find videos and stuff.
Memes.
yeah.
What?
It's funny
Is
because
a trade offer meme going to like blow up in terms of the stocks? I don't know.
no, it's funny because like on my phone, I haven't even put any details yet about like bank accounts or occupations and stuff. No, I don't do that on my phone. And before I got that email, I was using the internet purely on my phone. I never used a PC, a laptop, nothing. I was just using my phone because we had exams, So my phone was the only thing I had to surf the internet. And I believe the website I most frequently went to was Khan Academy. Fuck's sake.
Yo, he wants that knowledge, bro.
The website's free, man. You go get it yourself.
Yeah.
He values knowledge clearly more than any of us do.
He wants to know Newton's third law of motion for 3,400 ringgit in Bitcoin, man.
He wants
Jesus.
to know what happens when you let go of an apple midair.
God, man. What about you guys? Have you guys any emails like this?
Emails are pretty rare. I just get them
Yeah.
through SMS and WhatsApp. That's it.
Yeah, SMS are also frequent for me. The one thing that did strike me as like surprising though is usually they send these like they send you these like messages that say subscribe to this number to win big and stuff.
Yeah.
And that shit wasn't really concerning because it was just annoying, it didn't really harm you in any way.
Doesn't
But
do anything.
there was this one time I received that kind of message, but it said I was already subscribed. So I was like, wait, what?
Oh.
What?
Yeah, it was said I was already subscribed and I was gonna get like weekly updates and stuff. And then it was gonna charge me 90 Malaysian ringgit a week.
Oh my god.
I was like, what the hell? What is this shit?
Even Adobe's got nothing on this, man, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, Netflix wishing for that cash.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I showed it to my dad, and my dad's like, "What the fuck have you been doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing. This just came out of nowhere. You think I would subscribe to Chinese gambling sites and stuff like that?"
Son, we'll need to talk.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like my dad knows that I tend to go to shady websites to, you know,
Pirate movies.
Yeah, just pirate movies in general.
Yeah,
I can't really go to the cinemas in this pandemic and shit.
Yeah.
So, I guess he got suspicious and he started to connect the dots when I got that kind of message. But I actually had to swear to him, no, I didn't go to any websites. I didn't download any malware, any Trojan horse shit, nothing. All I've been doing was just studying because my exams are weeks away. And
He a
then
good kid.
yeah, and then my
Okay,
dad
good
told
boy,
me
good
like,
boy.
okay, do the rational thing here and unsubscribe, please.
How do I
Thankfully-
unsubscribe when I don't know
Was there
if
an option?
Yeah, they did like give a prompt to like how to unsubscribe, just text this number and stuff like that. So I did do everything
At
that
least they
said.
were courteous about it.
Yeah, at least they had to
What?
come. At least they had the common decency to tell me how to undo it. I mean, it was still annoying as shit to see like I'm automatically subscribed once I received that message, but goddamn, at least they actually told me like, oh, you can unsubscribe by doing this. Yeah, fuck you. Of course I'm gonna unsubscribe. 90 ringgit a week. Who's gonna pay that?
Scamming like
But-
a gentleman.
the unsubscribe, you have to do 10 surveys. You have to do everything.
Oh, I swear that.
Captcha.
Yeah.
That is so evil, man. People who do that deserve a special place in the deepest depths of hell, man. I swear.
Antiviruses, you
That's right. It could have just
Trash.
flipped. It could have just said, "Oh, to unsubscribe, give us your personal info." They could have just
Wait.
done that. Every game, it would have been game over.
Yeah,
Wait.
at that point, I just get rid of the number. Honestly, I just get myself a new number.
Yeah.
yeah.
God, man, the lengths people go to for money.
Yeah, but like
Jeez.
antiviruses love asking you, why do you want to uninstall our product? Please tell us why. And they never
Yeah.
let you.
They're so sassy about it too.
Does
Yeah.
McAfee do that a lot?
I never downloaded McAfee.
I don't know about the man himself, but I'm not.
No, because my system has McAfee right now, and it was
Of course it
integrated.
does.
It was
Of course it
integrated into
Oh,
the
no.
system. So I have like McAfee as my default antivirus right now. I'm sure it's extracting my data somewhere, but like I'm not really worried because I don't really.
John will
store
probably
any-
come to your home, knock your door.
John, goddamn McAfee! Holy shit!
I mean, he
what
probably
a
joined.
legend.
He probably joined John.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, I would actually become John McAfee's like disciple if it came down to it. The man is so goddamn cool, living off the
dude,
grid and stuff like that.
I wouldn't call a man who wears a thong for a mask cool.
Dude,
That's legendary, bro.
he had a dispute with Joe Rogan.
About two dwarfs. Two dwarfs in the hotel.
The two midgets and the boa constrictor.
Okay. Let's not talk about it. That's kind of. It's kind of too hardcore for this kind of podcast. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
if you want to know more, just go to John McAfee's Twitter.
yeah,
he
just
tells
go to
everything
his Twitter.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah, he pretty much he said he tweets like his thoughts and they're not filtered at all.
Nope.
Except when the feds are after him, which is basically all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. These damn feds.
At this point, I'm thinking he's living in Twitter. The feds can't catch him.
Yeah,
He's there eternally.
no, even if they do catch him, like after they release him, he's gonna do some more stupid shit and end up being on the watch list again.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If you call him to do a podcast, he won't even go to the studio or anything. You just do it online. I mean, that's perfectly understandable if you ask me.
Yeah.
Dude, he follows social distancing, bro.
Yeah, he wears a thong for a mask.
Yeah. I mean, it's
That
heavier
man.
fabric than a fucking mask, so.
I swear that man is on another plane of existence. He has transcended humanity.
He's living in the
It's
sixth
so
dimension,
amazing.
bro.
Pretty much. Oh, speaking of technology, have you heard of what PlayStation had done recently?
No.
No.
All right, so you know how the PS4 is about to come to an end, right? The PS4 legacy, since the recent release of the PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the PS4 is now classified as last gen, right?
The.
And
Getting old. Goddamn.
yeah, what's to say about the PS3, the PS Vita, and the PSP, right?
Mm.
So what Sony did was they decided to shut down the PlayStation Network stores for the PS3, the PS Vita, and the PSP Go. And
that sucks.
yeah, because like they wanted to focus their resources on the current platforms where a lot of their user base is, which is the PS4 and the PS5.
Yeah.
And for a company that wants to make money, that's certainly understandable. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, their users have a different opinion.
Well, I mean, support is gone, and anything happens to your device, what can you do?
Yeah, and think about it. Once the PlayStation Network stores on the PS3, the PS Vita, and the PSP Go close down, you're not gonna be able to get the games online anymore, right?
Yeah.
And right now, no one sells, like, for those systems, no one really sells physical copies for them anymore. So the online store, is the only place to get them. So once these stores shut down, people on eBay, not just eBay, like any site at all,
Jack the prices up.
they're gonna jack the prices up your ass and make you.
It's gonna be like a used car market, Libby.
Yep.
Yeah, because like since the stock, like low stock, high demand equals high prices.
Yes.
They're selling like games that were made in like what around 2000, the year 2000. They're selling them for mythic prices, up to PS5 level prices, which is around, well, at the US is around $70, $60-$70, maybe even $80 for some versions. But they're gonna market even higher because of the quote unquote
eBay.
rarity.
eBay is what eBay does.
Yeah. So
Well,
this is not the full thing yet. This isn't even the full story yet. So since this happened, like I think it was last week, or maybe not even last week, maybe a few days ago, PlayStation got a lot of shit for doing this, because a lot of people they just happened to learn after doing that a lot of their user base still appreciate the classic games that came out on those systems that they shut the store down for, such as like Persona 2, Metal Gear, and all of the old games, stuff like that, and LSD Dream Simulator, I think it was called. I don't remember, but classic games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the user base, like the fan base for these games, got very, very salty, because like they still had these systems and they still wanted to play those games on them. Like, you can't even judge them for it, because like they're doing what they love, right?
Just playing the game.
Yeah, exactly. So PlayStation, PlayStation got a lot of shit for this, and recently they reopened the stores. They kept them. They kept them running.
Wow.
Because the players started complaining, and since those are their source of income, so they wanted to they actually reopen the stores back and have to keep running them for now.
Slow clap, PlayStation. You played yourself.
Yeah.
It's every time this happens to a company, like they do something bad, and then the consumers tell them to undo it. I sometimes want to tell these companies, like, blink twice if you're being held hostage.
Oh, yeah.
You probably blinked 4 times, bro.
Yeah, but like, props to PlayStation for at least listening to their fan base. I think if they were to go like a week or two more without reopening the stores, people would have definitely been losing money trying to buy classic games online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pay like prices that don't make sense at all.
No,
like,
because what
they're good
PlayStation
games, but
what PlayStation realized probably is that they're realizing that's more money that's not being made by them, but being made by their products, but it's not going to them. So that's why they kept it open.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's money on the table.
Yeah, it's
exactly like the current Japanese car market. Like all these like manufacturers like Nissan, Mazda, they're all making. They're all realizing, man, these parts of like these old sports cars are getting really rare. So what they're doing is like still making like all the rubbers, all the hoses, all the gears, all the mechanical parts that need servicing for the older cars. So at least they're still making revenue of it. So people are reselling.
Yeah, that spells good news at least, because if let's take PlayStation for this example. Like if they never reopen the stores, people would have to rely on like emulators now. Or if they don't know jack about trying to use emulators, they would have to succumb to the prices on eBay for those games, which is not a good idea at all. And I mean, granted, like of course, like emulators can work. There's always gonna be that one abandoned laptop that's seeding Metal Gear off in a basement somewhere as a torrent, you know. But like, come on, it's not really that practical when you think about it. So like,
and they lose money, so.
Yeah, again, props to PlayStation for actually listening to their database. They're doing a good job in terms of, you know, this particular occurrence.
So basically, that whole decision avoided them from losing money, keeping their company afloat, keeping their fan bases happy, keeping their prices low.
Yep.
Not really low, not too high.
Yeah.
All that's left now is the exclusivity of PlayStation, which I do not honestly like. I was a PlayStation user since 2015 up until recently, where I switched to a PC. And dear lord, man, I swear. I mean, don't get me wrong. PlayStation exclusives, the majority of them, I'd say like 99.9% of PlayStation exclusives are actually really good. Like they are orgasmically good.
I was always thinking about getting a PS4 because of only the exclusives, but well, I decided not
exclusives
to.
slap, bro.
It's not
even
worth
even
it.
if you got a PlayStation just for the exclusives, you would get your money's worth. I swear, the games are just that good. What makes it not good is, one, to play online, you need to subscribe to their you need to have a subscription, and two, this isn't for, I don't know if this is for Xbox as well, but for PlayStation, Sony makes it so that you cannot transfer your data from a game to another platform.
Well, Xbox is actually Xbox is pretty smooth because, you know, Microsoft owns Windows and Xbox, so it's easy. But PlayStation is a whole nother thing.
They're doing an Apple.
They're like kind of in these terms, they're like kind of the Apple of gaming consoles. And it's, you know, it's really just frustrating because you might like spend a lot of time on a video game on the PS4, and suddenly like your PS4 dies out. Like let's say the CMOS battery eventually dies out, so you can't really revive your PlayStation anymore without not being able to connect to it to the PlayStation servers. But so you want to switch systems, right? Let's say you're now getting a PC because why? It's cheaper to game with because you don't need to subscribe, and you know, it's just easier in general. It has more uses than the PS4. But the thing is, like, all your hard work on a game that you spent hours, days, weeks, months in the PS4 grinding for, you will not be able to transfer it to another system if the game runs on the PlayStation servers. Free-to-play games such as Rocket League, Warface, those games can transfer your data just fine because they don't run on the PlayStation servers. They run on the developers, the servers that the developers make for those games. But when it comes to games that run on the PlayStation servers, you're not gonna get your data if you try to go cross-platform. It's not gonna happen. Sony doesn't allow it for some reason, and I think it's because, you know, they're pulling an Apple move here.
Yeah.
You ran into that problem when restarting Genshin, right?
For me, it was Genshin Impact, which honestly, although it's frustrating, I'm not really that impacted by it because my Genshin Impact account on my PS4 was really shitty. I had the shittiest luck
and you progressed the game like insane. Like what?
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm gonna talk about Genshin later. I just want to say that on PS4 I lost my data for Genshin and for Paladins as well.
Oh, Paladins.
For Genshin, I wasn't really that it didn't really put a big dent on, you know, my frustration because
you didn't really invest a lot in the PS4 version.
Yeah, one because like we kind of had exams at the time. Genshin got released during a time where we kind of had exams, so I didn't really, you know, pay that much attention to it at the time. And also because on PS4 the loading times for Genshin, jeez man.
Wait, is it long?
It's slow.
I mean,
they use a hard drive. A hard drive is very slow, especially
Yeah.
2013 technology. It's very slow.
Well, the PS the you know how there's a lot of versions of PS4s, right? The PS4
yeah.
Fat, there's the new model. Mine was from 2015, but still the loading time was still long. To put it into perspective, let's say I'm trying to fast travel from one point in the game to another, right? On PS4, it would at times it would depend on how far the locations are from each other, and they just generally take longer. I'd say like with the system I have right now, the PlayStation 4 takes like 2 to 3 times longer to load. No, not 2. 3 to 4 times longer to load.
That's
It just takes that long.
HDD for ya.
Exactly. So I'd just be there with my controller on my beanbag, just staring at my screen for what feels like a decade, just trying to wait to teleport. Not to load a boss fight or anything. No, it's to teleport, the fast travel. I swear, man, I could go shave my beard and I'd come back and it'd still be loading. Jeez. It's not like bad like GTA Online loading. It's not that bad, but still.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That game.
we don't talk about
That
GTA Online loading. That's a whole nother
That's a
level
different
of
beast.
slow.
That's a different beast.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also Paladins. Paladins, you know, the like Overwatch kind of shooter game. Invested a lot of time into Paladins. I started playing last year, and I invested a lot of time because, you know, the pandemic started and everything went to shit with the lockdown and all that. So all I had was Paladins at the time. I grinded up to 120 levels, and I got a lot of skins, and I even spent a bit of money for the battle passes and all that. And when I moved to PC, poof, none of it was there anymore. Exactly.
That hurts. That hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, my data is still there on the PS4, but like, come on, I have this now. It's like so frustrating.
What's even the point?
Yeah.
What's even the point anymore? Plus, like, you know, I obviously be able to do better playing on a PC instead of a controller.
Well, luckily, exclusives are most usually single player, so you know they got that sorted out. But for cross-platform games, it's horrible.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
it's just not good. Like, if you are trying to if you don't have any system yet and are trying to get into gaming for the long term, please get a PC.
PC.
Yeah.
PC
I'm not
Master
saying,
Race.
like-
Critical too. You're losing
I'm
less
not
money in
s-
the long run.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying this because like PC is better. No, it's just like in terms of finance, you'd be doing way better with a PC instead of a PlayStation.
Instead of buying a whole system, you're just, you know, changing the graphics card or, you know, increasing the storage.
Yeah,
You know, increasing
and
the RAM,
the
stuff like that.
ecosystem, the ecosystem for PC is really good because you know it's
Yeah.
been a long time running. So many people play it. Yeah, the support there, you know, doesn't have to be from the developers. Modders are always there.
Yeah, modding too. Modding.
Yep.
You can't mod on a PS4. I mean, you can jailbreak your PS4 or PS5, but what's that gonna cost?
It's so easy on a PC.
Exactly. You just mess around with some files and you're good. And there's tons of tutorials online for it too. So you have that advantage when you have a PC. It's just like, it just makes life easier, you know? Especially if you're like really into gaming. And plus, you don't have to pay a monthly fee to play with your friends. I'd say that's a
Yeah.
good enough of a reason.
That's the one, you know, deal breaker for most people.
Exactly.
True.
It's just, I mean, for me, like, I bought a PS4 not knowing that you couldn't play online because I was like, when I bought my PS4 I was 12, and my parents didn't really know shit about how the PS4 works. They just know that I get to play video games on it and have to pay 200 Malaysian ringgit for each game I want to buy. And they thought like, okay, this is what our son wants. We'll get him. We'll get him one. So yeah, I got it. And then I was like, oh, yes, finally, my first actual console. I had a PSP before, but like this is an actual console that I can play on a TV in the living room and have a shit ton of fun with. But then I got this realization that, oh god, I have to pay to play with my friends. Is this just happening for me, or is it happening to even them as well? And when I found out that you just generally have to pay to play online, I was really just heartbroken. Like, what the hell? This isn't the dream console I had in mind when I was 9, or no, not 9, like more like 10 or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was just a really, it was a really frustrating thing that happened. But like, I held on, I coped with it. I learned that PlayStation started making exclusives, and I was like, oh damn, these games are actually good. Like, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us.
That was an amazing game. That was
Exactly.
an amazing game.
Yeah, Persona 5. These games, they made the PlayStation worth owning, even though there were a lot of limitations. Like, you couldn't get 60 frames, the resolution was limited, and depending on your TV, you couldn't turn on HDR.
Yeah.
But still, like, it was a ton of fun. Definitely worth it for the exclusives. But like, if you're trying to game just in general with your friends and all that, especially if you're trying to game with your friends, by the way, just get a PC. It's just way easier on you.
Yeah.
Well, online, go PC. If you're really invested into like one of the exclusives in like the PlayStation ecosystem, then go for the PlayStation.
Yeah, to me, I think consoles are more suited for single player or games that you play.
Sit down and immerse yourself.
Yeah, games that you play alone. For multiplayer, it's best suited for PC or mobile, because a lot of people have them. But the ecosystem for both is just much better. The system just works just fine. No payment, nothing. And you also have emulators, which I really love and care for.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to
games.
you wouldn't have to like keep an arcade console from like 2005 or something to play classic games.
Still playing on a SNES,
Honestly,
oh my God.
Very expensive. Original consoles are way too expensive right now.
Yeah, when the production line stops, of course the prices are gonna jack up.
Yeah.
But like, just for the nostalgia, the collectors drive up the prices so high. It's
just not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that
paying
point,
$1,000 for Sega Genesis for seeing like a blue sprite running around Green Hill Zone. Come on, man.
You could buy a PS5 and PS4 with that.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
And
speaking
about that, just backwards compatibility for modern consoles are very horrible. So, if you're looking for an old console that you want to replay, just get PC. It's much easier.
Kudos to Xbox for having good backwards compatibility.
Yes, that is a selling point. That is a massive selling point.
Yeah, exactly. But the PS5, the PlayStation, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to implement the idea of backwards compatibility, but it's very limited. For now, there's not really a lot going on. Like, the most obvious one is that PS5 can play PS4 games, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that they told the public about.
Yeah, and
it's not really convincing enough to make you want to buy a PlayStation apart from the exclusives.
Yeah, and I remember there were rumors and speculations about the PS5 being powerful enough to power, PS3 games. But turns out Sony just never put that out.
Yeah. Well, not yet, at least.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but I don't see them doing it.
In terms of power, the PlayStations definitely can run the games, because like, if you jailbreak your PlayStation, you can definitely get it to run old games. Like, I've seen a lot of people do it, and of course it needs some work, but anyone with a working, functioning brain can make it happen if they follow the steps correctly and don't get their penis stuck in a ceiling fan. But yeah, it's definitely possible. Like, you can definitely run older games on a PlayStation. Granted, you know how, because there are ways to do it.
Yeah, but
it's just that it's not for everyone.
Yeah, and also it's third party. Third party for consoles. It's kind of a hassle too. Not really good. I remember the PS3 having first party backwards compatibility since PS1, PS2, PS3. But after that, Sony just decided not to.
Yeah.
But they do have PS2 games that can run on the PS4, such as GTA San Andreas, and I think Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, but it's again, like Ajwat said, very limited.
Yeah. There's not a lot of options that are convincing enough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I love emulation. I really, really have to thank some people for, allowing older games that maybe are unsupported to just
I
be
still
played
remember
again.
Back in the day, I used to have a Game Boy Color that my uncle used to like give to me when I'm bored and stuff. I used to play a lot of Pokemon on there. Pokemon. I think it was Pokemon Jade. Stuff like that.
Pokemon Jade. That's a fan. I think that's fan made one.
Was it fan? I forgot the name.
Oh.
No, Pokemon Gold. Yeah, Pokemon Gold.
Yeah.
I used to play tons of Pokemon Gold back then.
Yeah, but it being a Nintendo product, right? You know what Nintendo does?
Oh dear God.
Oh my God. Oh my. You have to. You have to bring that in, don't you?
Yep.
No,
Nintendo.
if I could do like espionage for a company, any company that I could choose, one of them is definitely gonna be Nintendo, and the next is probably Nestle.
Yep.
But like
Is that-
Nintendo wise, like come on Nintendo, what are you doing?
Is there one company you want to do good but they keep fucking up?
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes they even just shut down tournaments entirely.
Yeah. Smash Melee.
Sometimes they just did it, bro. They just did it.
I felt bad for Smash Melee. Like, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an official tournament, but they just had to take the emulator down.
Nah. It
All
wasn't
in the
meant
name-
for this.
Yeah, all in the name of IP.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
You realize that you're tarnishing your own reputation
Yeah, like
when you do that.
if people don't know the game, they won't buy it.
Mm.
And well, I mean, Smash Melee being an old unsupported game, why don't you put that, into the Switch?
Did you? Yeah, the Switch. The Switch is a perfect platform
If
for that game.
if they just had a bit of modern backwards compatibility instead of like NES, SNES, Game
Yeah.
Boy, just a bit more modern. I'm pretty sure people will really appreciate it, even with all the bands and stuff.
Nintendo, man.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn. Do better. Do better, please.
The games are pretty good, but the management of the community, jeez, they don't allow tournaments, they don't allow modding. Next thing you know, they're not even gonna allow their consoles to be bought. You have to rent them and shit.
Yeah.
Please, no company have that idea.
At least you can
my
play Mario
God.
Kart online though. Now,
Hmm.
fucking finally. After what? So long since the internet has been invented.
These companies that are trying to make money, man. God damn.
I don't blame them for making money. I blame them for making rash and irresponsible decisions in the name of money.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
name of money, exactly. My God. I mean, one company that like I feel like everyone's not company, like more like I'm just gonna straight up say it. I think that a lot of people are actually really pissed at gacha game developers, but like they
He
just
dropped
let it slide.
He dropped it. Boys, he dropped
They
it, boys.
They just let it slide.
Dude,
No.
gacha is the worst in terms of sucking up your money.
No, it does a pretty good job at it actually.
Yep.
But yeah, but when I say worst, I mean you're the one with the empty pocket, not them.
Pretty much. Like, oh my God, I feel like gacha is definitely one of the best ways to make money because all it needs is some good drawing skills. And
You did
you're
good
to
drawings,
go.
preferably some live 2D. Who knows?
Yeah.
know?
Good drawing skills and a very how do I say this? It's
And a very grindy gameplay.
yeah, very attractive system, saying like 0.5%, 50%, even though it's literally
Oh,
just
rate
a
up,
game.
rate up,
Yeah,
rate
rate
up,
up.
rate up. Oh my God, rate up is a lie, bro. Don't believe in it.
No.
Never believe in rate up.
Those banners they release with the like limited time characters, like, oh, you can only get this character on this banner. After this, they're not gonna be available at all.
And then
Oh,
they do like a
God.
rerun event a few months down the line.
It
Yeah.
typically
Yeah.
happens. It typically happens like once every 6 months.
Yeah, they don't even need to introduce new content. They'll just recycle it for like the fans who missed out.
Yeah, because like, you know, pretty much every gacha character, except you know the ones that are just absolute trash to use. I'm not gonna name any names, of course, but pretty much every character is gonna have their own fan base and their own user base. Like, it's just pretty much when the developers do a rerun, there's always gonna be people who will try to summon from that banner, the rerun banner.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, these developers, you know, they're not dumbasses. They're smart. They know how to milk you of your pockets. They will tell you one thing, like, oh, this character is limited time, you can't get him anymore, and suddenly they release a season 2 banner or some shit.
In the standard banner. Suddenly they're in the standard banner for like the next month.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, oh man.
I'll be honest though, I think MiHoYo is very predatory with their gacha system. It is very predatory, in my opinion. Yostar is not that bad. Their rates aren't as bad, and they don't force you to buy stuff as much as MiHoYo does, I think.
MiHoYo, no, I feel like it's not just MiHoYo, you know. I feel like every gacha game that like the concept is pretty much like this. If the game is like pay to win, yeah, it's gonna seem very evil. But if the game is like pay to look good in the game, yeah, that's gonna be a different story.
It's
because
not pay
like,
to win, it's pay to waifu, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pay to yeah. Yeah, that actually is really accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Condolences
Dude,
to anyone's
I play
pocket.
2 gacha games, bro. What do you expect?
Condolences to anyone's pocket who's been emptied by gacha games. I feel sorry. Let's have a moment of silence.
Mine is not emptied, it's just half emptied.
You.
Still bad.
If
Other
you
people-
if you have an SO, please do not show the total accumulative money you spent on gacha.
No, in my opinion, if it's like how do I say this? If it's something that you are guaranteed to get, for example,
skins.
Like, skins or banners and stuff. If it's something that you're guaranteed to get, sure, go for it. Just don't spend too much. But if it's like I'm paying money for a chance to get this unit, that's where I draw the line, in my opinion.
Yeah, because like it's at that point it's just purely gambling.
Yeah, it's actually gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're guaranteed the item that you're paying for, that's good. It's just that you're gonna get a lot of extra items to go with it.
By the way,
most probably.
pity doesn't count. Pity doesn't count.
Yeah, pity doesn't
I'm
count.
sorry,
No
pity
way.
doesn't count.
No way. It does not. It does not count as a thing that you're guaranteed to get.
Because you might get spooked.
Either you might get spooked, or you're gonna get it early.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Like you pay for, like, for example, you're trying to do like 5 multiples, right? So you pay for 5 multiples, and then you get it on the first multiple. Holy shit!
Yes, I spent all this money just to reset my fucking pity.
Jeez, man.
I'm sure Alibi can relate, right? Bad gacha rates.
Yeah. Well, good. Luckily, I don't have a remorse for it. So, give me all those weapons. Don't give me the characters.
He's a strong man.
Yeah.
He's a strong man. D-Luke, please come for me.
It's a gacha.
He said, give me all these weapons. Well, we definitely know what game he's referring to.
Yeah. Gachas shaft me. I don't care.
Speaking of that game, Genshin. Man.
What game?
I thought Genshin Impact.
Yeah, what game? I said.
I mean, what game?
No, no. What about Genshin?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say. At first, when I downloaded that game, I thought, oh, it's gonna be, just a game, to spend away my free time, just casually roaming around. No, it's not my part-time job, basically.
Big
I'm looking up
mistake.
guides. I'm doing maths on my damage. Like what?
Dude,
God damn! I've never done math in a game. Holy shit!
yeah, I've played Honkai Impact before on my phone, and I'll just say that MiHoYo definitely, like, I was just like you back when I first downloaded Honkai. I thought, like, yep, this is just gonna be a side thing, you know, like not really gonna invest too much. Like I'm just bored and I need something to spend my free time with, and holy hell, the game. First of all, the gameplay was really good. Honkai, I mean, the gameplay was really good. It was like I mean, maybe it's just that I don't have enough experience with games like that, but it was probably the first of its kind. Not in terms of gacha, but in terms of like a futuristic hack and slash and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Yeah, it looked very refined, it looked very polished, and it looked like it had a very big development team behind it and a very sufficient budget for it. So I was quite impressed, as it's just a mobile game.
Yeah.
It's just a mobile game, and I thought mobile games are probably really scuffed, you know, some bugs here and there. But no, Honkai was just borderline perfect. And apart from the story, which I never really paid attention to because it was just downright confusing, they just dropped bombs everywhere, like out of nowhere.
It is very dark.
Yeah.
It is very dark.
Yeah, out of nowhere, this character matters. When
she's not gonna matter. Oh no, she does. She matters, bro.
Yeah.
God damn.
Out of nowhere, oh, this character suddenly appears in the story. Oh, she happens to be very important to one of the existing characters. Like, what the hell?
So, Honkai was your first gacha game, right?
It was the first gacha game I actually put a lot of time into. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that.
For me, it was Azur Lane for me, and I spent I'm still playing it. It's been like 2 years already.
My first gacha game was Dragon City. Yeah.
Holy he's going back to the era of Facebook games, bro.
Boys.
Yeah.
Boys, this man is a grandpa, bro.
The OG gacha.
The OG.
I remember that time. If I could get access to a PC, I would always go to Facebook, open Dragon City. Here are my dragons.
Dude. No, I mean, if we're talking about Facebook games, that I used to be a big fan of Car Town, man. Holy hell.
Is that the parking one?
No, it's not. It was the one where you collect cars and you have this garage and you get to drag race other players and stuff. And then there were those times when they added Fast and Furious cars, and I was like, oh my god, all these cars are must have. Yeah.
Your Dom's charger, bro, with the blower.
Dude, it was literally so rare. It was so hard to get. I remember you had to like collect parts for it, and the parts were so hard to get.
Yeah, but it doesn't involve money, right?
I mean, there were in-app purchases, but me being 8 years old, I probably didn't even know what those were.
Yeah, it wasn't as direct as gacha games today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much just throw promotions at your face.
Speaking of bad gacha rates, I'm gonna say something. FIFA players, what the fuck? Ultimate Team, dude, you shit on us for playing anime games, bro. You're literally doing the same by paying more.
Yeah.
No, they pay like $60 a year just to get a roster update. Jeez, man.
Ultimate Team. My god.
I mean, sports games though, like you gotta give them props. Like they're gonna be released at the end of time, and they will always have an audience.
They will always be relevant.
Yeah.
They have one every year, man.
Yeah, exactly. And people do actually pay full price for them sometimes. It's crazy, because being a sports game, especially one that's yearly, released yearly, it's gonna just become irrelevant really soon. After it's released, so people tend to get it at full price.
They don't even have to like fully develop it. They could just reskin it and like put just one teeny tiny improvement and stuff. And this new one game mode. You can like play with your friends, or you can do split screen. You can do split screen. Yes, after 15 years, you can do split screen again. Amazing.
Dude, I swear they did that shit on Pro Evolution Soccer 2011 and 2012. I swear they did that shit. They just reskinned it.
They reskinned it.
Because I used to like go to my cousin's house to play with on his PS2. PS3. Yeah, PS3. And he had like these two discs, Pro Evolution Soccer 2011 and 2012.
Couldn't tell the difference.
Couldn't tell the difference, exactly.
It's like a litmus test.
Slightly better graphics, that's all.
It's like a litmus test. You can like put it beside each other. Like, no, that's the same game.
Pretty much. god, man. The sports games are just an enigma to me. Like, it baffles me how there's always gonna be people who buy them, even though sometimes, like Ash said, they're just pure reskins. It's not all the time, but it's definitely sometimes. There are just
F1 games.
reskins.
F1 games back then were really bad. They were like pure reskins, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now they're getting a bit better. With they have like new content every time.
Well, yeah.
But sometimes like they have like special games. Like back in 2013, they released like the classic edition. But then for 2014, they didn't have any classic cars. So it's like, oh, what's the point of buying 2014? It's on the same console, fucking PS3 and Xbox. It's not even on PS4. So that's a minus right there. 2, you don't get the classic cars. None of the good stuff. So why even bother buy 2014? But if you're a super fan, you most of likely have bought 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fans. I don't really pay any mind to them. They have money. They can do whatever the hell they want with it.
I mean,
they work for it and they pay for it. Man.
remember how people had jerseys on the wall, trophies that they don't own, signed,
Yeah, exactly.
signed baseball balls like in American
Oh my
TV
God.
shows.
Miniature helmets.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna shit on them because like
Yeah.
it's their passion, you know. But like,
Yeah.
sometimes they just spend like insane amount of money on them.
It's
And
not
I
like
feel
LeBron wore it, you know.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
a tradition. It's, well, in this age, kind of natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like how a lot of sports fans they wear that jersey, sit on the couch, and complain as if they're on the field.
Yeah.
That's the most funniest part for me.
they
Man, I
have
could have served better than that. Could you though? Could you?
no, they have like their team's having a big game tonight, and then after they shower before the game, it's like, yep, I'm gonna put on this jersey.
It's like backseat gaming with streamers. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, they have no idea what they're doing.
Armchair experts. They exist.
Like for me,
Armchair
like being like because I've done some driving before, like on I've raced karts before, so I know my way around racetrack and stuff. Seeing like quote unquote casual fans complain about whose fault it is in that crash, kinda make me a bit disappointed. Not gonna lie.
Oh man.
Because you know what situation that person is in because you've been there, figuratively. You know what they're thinking and stuff. So when you see like other people who are just fans but never really immerse themselves in the actual sport, they've never played it, it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah. They have the audacity to tell what is right and what is wrong.
Oh, by the way, that crash was 60-40 Russell's fault. I'm sorry, Bottas fans.
Oh man, just dropping it right here and now.
It passed,
But
so
regarding backseat gaming though, like it actually reminds me of this one meme. Come on, England,
Riding down in the Rover.
score some fucking goals. Oh,
Bro,
man.
England.
they have a whole meltdown when one player doesn't score.
Yo, speaking of football, have you heard of the Super League situation?
Yeah,
I've seen that things, but
Massive.
please.
It's huge.
I'm kind of out of the loop of that.
Yeah.
Can someone explain to me, please?
Okay, so I'm the last person you should ask. So this is like asking an alien how humans act. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
break this down. The
trust-
top 6 teams.
I trust you with that
The top-
information.
Yeah, basically from what I've read on Twitter, not the best place to find your information, but the top 6 teams tried to form, a super league of just, them. So when they do that, they get all the money, basically, all the broadcasting money, all the journalism money. Basically, most of the stuff that you would see on like that goes to FIFA would go to them.
Oh.
So
damn.
this is surprisingly, all the fans from like these different teams, they all rise up and they're like, no, this is not football. Football shouldn't be about money.
Yeah.
It's really weird and strangely poetic seeing like Manchester United and Manchester City fans uniting against the teams. They were doing protests, all across England.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. See, we're divided when in terms of politics, but in terms of football, you guys can stand united. It's amazing.
Yeah, I gotta give them props to that. And I heard that the Super League actually, like, I think all the teams pulled out. Was
They
that
pulled out.
true?
They pulled out.
Holy
said no.
shit!
it was the biggest outrage. I saw it at like 2 a.m. I was like, what the fuck? What's this on Twitter? Suddenly blowing up.
Yeah, I kept seeing a lot of posts just saying like, oh, what was the phrase? A poor man's game ruined by rich men, ruined by rich men. I think that was the phrase. That was the phrase that I see a lot on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Poor man's game ruined by rich people. I was like
You
seeing
see,
that a lot.
people who want, here's my advice to young people who want to make money. Don't aspire to be like Ronaldo. Aspire to be the guy who pays Ronaldo.
Oh.
Who gives him the check. Go one step up. Don't do shady shit, but go one step up.
Yeah.
I think we have to step down for now because we've been going on for about an hour now.
Now yeah.
Alright, so if you guys don't mind, I'll be wrapping this up.
Please, wrap it up. Wrap it real good.
Please do.
Alright, so thank you all so much for listening to episode 4 of the AAA Trainwreck. We hope you enjoyed us three man friends babbling about, for this episode, it was basically just about technology, data protection failures,
Companies.
and just big companies in general, and video games as well. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed listening to us, and if you want to hear more, feel free to subscribe to our channel. If you enjoyed the episode, just drop a like. And if you feel like there's something we should not be doing in this podcast, like bombs we shouldn't be dropping, feel free to write down in the comments. I'll have Ash personally go reply to it.
Yeah, threaten
Anyway,
us.
Yeah.
Blackmail us.
I'll DM you.
Send us a video.
I'll DM you.
So this has been me, Alimi and Ash, and this has been episode 4 of the AAA Trainwreck. Signing out. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.